This is not just a story of gods and angels. It is a story about you. Before time was woven, before the first star breathed light into the void, there was a harmony, a single, perfect song sung by the universe. This song was pure existence, a divine light that knew no shadow, a love that knew no separation. It was the voice of God, and everything was one with it. You were there, not as a body or a name, but as a note in this celestial melody, a spark within the infinite flame. You knew no fear, no loss, no longing. You were home. Then, from the heart of this perfect unity, a whisper was born, a new thought, a different sound, a desire to be separate, to be seen, to be a self. This whisper became a voice, beautiful and bold. It was the voice of the first question, what if? It was the voice of pride, the father of all shadows. Lucifer, the bearer of light, chose to reflect his own brilliance instead of the divine source. He wanted a light that was his alone, and in that choice the harmony fractured, the song broke. This is where everything changed. The first discord created the first silence, a silence so profound it tore the fabric of eternity. In this silence, separation was born. Light was cast out from light, creating the very first shadow. The fall was not a punishment. It was a consequence, a journey away from the center. And as Lucifer fell, a part of the divine song fell with him. A part of you. You did not fall as an act of rebellion, but as an echo of that first choice, drawn into the dance of light and shadow. Thus began the grand experiment of existence, the world of duality. Light and dark, good and evil, joy and sorrow. Heaven and earth were born from this single, fractured moment. And upon the new earth, humanity arose. You arose, veiled in flesh, given a name, born into a world of forgetting. Your memory of the original song was buried deep within your soul, a faint echo you would spend lifetimes trying to hear. You were given the greatest and most terrifying gift of all, free will. The same choice that began the fall was now yours to make, in every breath, in every moment. But here is the truth rarely spoken. You were never abandoned. You were not sent into exile as a punishment. You were sent as a seeker, a carrier of the lost light. Your purpose was not to suffer, but to remember, to find the unbroken light even in the deepest shadow, to rediscover the song of unity within a world of division. Every struggle, every heartbreak, every moment of despair was not a sign of your unworthiness, but a clue, a signpost pointing you back home. The pain of separation is the compass. Humanity built civilizations, forged empires, wrote scriptures, and waged wars, all in a desperate search for that lost connection. You built temples of stone and gold, seeking God outside of yourself, forgetting that the true temple was always within. You prayed to skies that seemed silent, not realizing that the divine voice was the quiet whisper in your own heart. You followed prophets and savowals, kings and conquerors, hoping they held the map back to Eden. But the map was never lost. It was encoded in your very being. This moment still echoes within you, the moment of choice. Every day you stand at the same crossroads. Do you choose fear, which builds walls and deepens the shadow? Or do you choose love, which dissolves boundaries and reveals the light? Do you listen to the voice of the ego, which tells you that you are separate, small, and alone? Or do you attune yourself to the echo of the eternal song, which reminds you that you are a part of everything, infinite and whole? The story of the fall is not just an ancient myth. It is the story of your own life. The longing you feel is not a flaw. It is homesickness for a place you have never truly left. The darkness you fear is not an enemy to be vanquished, but a shadow waiting to be integrated, to be illuminated by your own conscious light. Redemption is not about being saved by an external force. It is the act of saving yourself by remembering who you are. And this is why this story matters now, more than ever. The world is groaning under the weight of its own shadows, the crescendo of its own forgotten song. The chaos you see is the final, desperate cry of separation. But within this chaos lies the greatest opportunity for rebirth. The night is darkest just before the dawn. The silence is deepest just before the song returns. The journey back is not a journey outward to a distant heaven. It is a journey inward. It is the quiet courage to face your own shadows, to forgive your own perceived imperfections. Your rebirth is not a future event. It is a present choice. It is happening now. With every act of kindness, with every moment of stillness, with every breath of forgiveness, you are reweaving the fractured harmony. You are singing your note back into the celestial song. You are remembering, the light you seek is the light you are. You are the lost spark of divinity, finally remembering its way home. You are the silence, returning to the song. And in your awakening, the universe itself is healed. You are the story, and the story is love.